Hi everyone, Sue Matsuki here with another Sue's Muse. Today I have a very special muse because I adore her. This is Ava Nicole Frances. Hi, sweetheart, how are you?
Hi, I'm so good. Thanks for having me on.
So I met Ava probably about a year and a half ago, really. It hasn't been that long, but as with anyone who hears her sing for the first time, you're kind of like, and of course, I befriended her delicious fathers and managers and got to know her personally a little bit. But she's a spectacular talent. Now, I want to start off with the fact that you've been in and doing a kind of off-Broadway show called Olivia O. Talk to me about that a little bit. You just closed, you had done it on in April at Green Room, right? Did you do a full production or?
Yeah. We just did a like staged concert version. Um, yeah, at the Green Room 42. It was like a pared down version of the fully staged version we did about half a year ago. And yeah, I mean that show has been great. I've been with it for a little over a year and a half now. It's about Olivia, who's a 14-year-old immigrant coming up from Guatemala through the border at El Paso to find her Tia Isabel. But then, at the border, her mom gets deported, she gets detained, and she gets put through like a heavily abusive foster care system, and she has a lot of issues with ICE and being raided, and it's a really harrowing story. But it's really an honor to be able to tell it.
It was a beast of a show. I saw you do it in the Black Box Theater, and the conditions weren't as good, but you stuck out like a sore thumb in the best possible way. It's
Thank you.
it's a really heavy vocal show for you, and acting wise and everything. And Olivia is not only just 14, she becomes the mom to even younger people sitting in that
Yeah,
room, and she's a
yeah.
pretty impressive young woman. Did you find out anything else about her as you were studying the role, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I think she starts the show off. Yeah, she's alone in the beginning, and towards a couple numbers in, this little 8-year-old girl comes in, and her name is Maria, and she's also, traumatized and terrified. And Olivia kind of takes her under her wing. They get, adopted into the same foster care house together, and yeah, I mean, I think there's a strength in her that you don't really see in a lot of 14-year-old kids that, because it's not needed and it shouldn't be required for 14-year-old
Right.
to be that strong. But yeah, I mean, she ends up standing up to like her abusive foster parent. She runs away. She stands up to the ICE guards. But I mean, it takes her a second to get there. So it's definitely like you watch her journey of coming in and she's scared of everything, the other girls in the detention center, the guards, the parents, everything, and then she kind of gathers herself up as she goes. And yeah, I mean, she's just a lot stronger than any.
It's a little too closer to home these days, as we all know. And, no 14-year-old, as you just said, should have to deal with that kind of level of stress and whatever. It's remarkable. And I hope it finds its way to a bigger production because you are really, really great in it. So, the other thing I was really proud of you for is you had a song nominated, the first song you've written, or
Yeah.
really? Tell me a little bit about that. It's called Little Did I Know, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, my first Mac Award nomination for Best Song, I didn't win, but that was more than
Well,
okay.
you were up against a beast of a category. There were a
I
lot of
was up
heavy
against
hitters
some
in that.
amazing, phenomenal people, and I'm very lucky because I became friends with all the people in my category, and so I'm very happy for everybody who was nominated. And but yeah, I mean, so I wrote this song. I wouldn't say almost a year ago. I had gone through, same old story, pretty rough breakup, and and started writing. It wasn't the first song I ever wrote, but it was the first one that I had released and produced and put out there. And yeah, I was so I did a cabaret show a little bit ago, and this was after I had written some songs already. And my dad, who's also my director, was like, you should put in an original. I was like, okay. And so 3 days before the show, I still have no idea what I'm putting in, and I'm going through all of my options, and I'm like, oh, but like I could do this, I could do this, and then Little Did I Know came up, and that was a song that I'd written in about, no joke, 15 minutes, and then put it away and didn't touch it until then. And so I listened to it and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, That's definitely the one. So I called my best friend Luke, who I co-write with sometimes, and I was like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Because we were gonna do it in the set that he was playing guitar for me, and he was like, "I love it. Let's do it." And so
Mm.
we put it together. We did it in the show, and it went over really well. And people started asking me, when are you gonna release it? When are you gonna, do it fully?" And I was like, "Oh, it hadn't dawned on me that that was something that people wanted." And so, Luke's manager and producer is now a great friend of mine. Her name is Laurel Taylor, and she made it happen. And I've been working with her ever since. And yeah, and then about a couple months later, I got nominated for Best Song for that, that little song that I just put out by chance.
You never know. And speaking of releases, you have a CD going to be released, and you're doing a CD release show on May 16th at Green Room, correct?
I am.
Now, tell me about the show. It's called The Dream That I See. Tell me a little bit about what that's about. And I have a very specific question I'm curious about, but I'll ask you that after you tell me a little bit about this show. And is the song in the show?
No. Oh well, so Little Did I Know. Yes, Little Did I Know is in the show,
Oh,
and
good.
now, so Little Did I Know is in the show, and now another song called 4 Years of Fun that I just released on April 25th. So like literally like 2 or 3 days ago. That's
She's not
also
an overachiever at all. If you haven't caught that, if you haven't
that's
caught that
also
by now, no,
yeah.
just, throw another song in. No problem.
Yeah, well, that one is Little Did I Know is more personal. I think 4 Years of Fun is more general, and it's about the political situation of the world right now and kind of my commentary on it in the best way that I can put it. So that one is also in it. Um, and yeah, so the dream that I see is essentially about just that, the dreams that I've seen my entire life growing up and continue to see now. Um,
Why? Okay, this is my question. In the graphic, there's a crack
yeah,
in kind of a Mardi Gras kind of mask that is your face, but with a head. Tell me a little bit about what that crack is.
so s- technically it's from Follies. It's like the cover of Follies. We have
I
a
thought
photo.
so, but I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have the actual photo. My dad and I do these like really elaborate Halloween costumes, and so that was one from a little bit ago. And we have the one that says Follies, but we also took a picture that says Francis, and we used that because that's my last name, and we used that as the cover for it. But I mean, the crack was there in the first one, but I love that it's there because it kind of just shows like imperfection in terms of dreams, and it doesn't go the way you necessarily think it's gonna go, and that's not a bad thing. And for me, it's never been a bad thing that
Mhm.
that things don't follow 100% in the path you have in your mind. So I mean I like that, and I think it's like a crack in like the presentation of like how you put yourself out there, and I just
Mhm.
think that that makes us more human, and that's always been nice to see.
Awesome. I can't wait to see the show. In terms of you just kind of did last year, you went pretty far in the American Idol process. What was that like? Because, I'm not real big on singing competitions per se, and you don't strike me as someone that's uber competitive in, ooh, look at the way I sing. You just seem to me like someone who just loves to sing and whatever. So, how was that process for you? I know personally because you've told me that you made a lot of really good friends doing that, but how was it overall?
I mean, honestly, it was like one of the best things I've ever done. I
Cool.
never saw myself going for, a competition TV show. That it was just never on my mind. I was always such like a Broadway person. So for me doing like American Idol, The Voice, America's Got Talent, like all those things I was told to do my whole life by like, friends and family, but I just was like, meh, it's not really my thing. But I, got the opportunity to audition through a really great friend of my dad's. And she, sent it over, and I ended up auditioning for my lovely producer. His name is Kyle, and he passed me on that day. And then I went to the executive producers like 4 days later, and then I had about a maybe 6 month like wait period of just sitting and training and building it up. And then I went to the judges in my audition city was in Nashville, and they passed me on very enthusiastically. So I got the golden ticket and went on to Hollywood, and I competed in 2 rounds in Hollywood. I made it to top 56 before I got cut. So top 24 is usually where you would get like aired and all of that goes
Right.
live. So, I wasn't aired. You've seen me a few times on the show, but it wasn't my my songs or anything. But honestly, it was so nice because I'm very lucky that I don't get stage fright or anxiety or nervous at all anything before performances. So for me, it really was just like a live American Idol concert. And then, they were like, and now Ava. And I was like, oh,
My
great,
turn.
let's go. Like, but I was
You
seated
were
next.
telling me though that it's kind of a grueling schedule, and at one point a lot of you came down with the crud, with some kind of vocal
Oh
crud
my
at the
God.
same time, right? I remember you telling me that. That must have
Yeah.
been horrifying.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, first round went by fine and then we ended filming on we filmed the first round between a Thursday to a Friday and then we had Saturday, Sunday like off for like rehearsals and then Monday we did the Showstopper show. And everything was fine Friday night. I wake up Saturday morning and I had no voice at
Oh
all.
boy.
And there was a few other people that were quite ill. One of the contestants had gotten like bronchitis or something and had just accidentally passed it to quite a few of us. But yeah, so the song that I did for my showstopper round, I ended up having to bring it down like 3 steps because it was just my voice was just not there.
Mm.
So, ultimately that might have been what did it for me, but
Yeah.
I don't even mind. I had the best time.
Well, that's what matters. If you're making your living and if you're enjoying what you're doing, that's what matters. That's really
Yeah.
what matters. Um, so I hear that you're going to Crazy Coq's in London in June, and you're going with that delicious young man, David Marino, right?
Yes, I
Tell
am.
me what's going on with that. And are you guys going to do like a mixed bag of tunes? Is it a set cabaret show? I mean, you can sing anything. I know you're a musical theater baby, but you sing jazz with the best of them, you sing blues with the best of them. I haven't heard any genre that you can't cover. And he's more of kind of like a young Frank Sinatra type.
Totally.
So this is going to be interesting. What's the show going to be about?
Yeah, so David and I have been really, really great friends for about like a year and a half now, and we've always been like, God, dude, we gotta sing together. We gotta sing together. So it's just like a little celebration of, us, our friendship, what we love and like what we love doing. And yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be a mixed bag. We have a lovely guest, Scarlett Lee, who I met on American Idol. And she's gonna be with us, and yeah, it's just gonna be so much fun. He's so good. If you don't know him, you should. David Marino, he has the best voice and he's the sweetest guy. So I'm really, really excited to
I'm
to
going to
be.
hook you up with a friend of mine, Andrew Reed. Have you talked to him yet?
No, not
Andrew
yet.
Reed is a radio guy. He does these shows. It's called Reed on the Radio, and I'm going to hook
Oh,
you two up
awesome.
because you can both do a radio interview with him to promote the show.
Oh,
He's
amazing.
he's a wonderful guy. So I'll do that after we're done with this interview.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Um, but the Crazy Cox is just a wonderful place. They're really warm. The club itself is beautiful. They do promote.
Yeah.
It's always really nice to have that
Yeah.
in the back, especially when you're a foreigner coming in from someplace out of town. They do try to help promote you, but you'll have the
Yeah.
best time. You'll have the
Oh my
best
God.
time.
I'm so excited. I was lucky enough to perform there back in 2022. And yeah, I just had the loveliest time there, so I'm really glad to be
Did
back.
you and David sing the prayer at Susie Mosher's one time? Am
We
I?
did.
Yeah, I thought I remember. I mean, it's hard to forget that moment because the two of you, because that was really out of his wheelhouse for me. It's not what
Yeah.
I heard him sing, but it
Yeah.
was it was something beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. So I
Yeah.
bet you guys
Well,
are just gonna have the best time. Are your dads going or?
one of them is going, yeah.
Okay, good. Good, good,
Yeah.
good. So I just want to wind up this little chat with you. I want to ask you, what is some of the best advice you've gotten, either from a mentor or a friend? Could be about your singing or just in life in general. What is something that you hold on to as a mantra, if you will?
Oh my God. Yeah. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember where I heard this, but it's stayed with me and it's the piece of advice that anytime someone asks me something, I'm like, here's this. Is if I wouldn't go to you for advice, I'm not gonna take your opinion. And it's just helped like with any like noise in terms of, you could use it for performing, you could use it for like your personal life, you could use it for anything, but like there's a lot of people who feel very free to just like give unsolicited opinions and if I'm looking for that, please give it to me. And if
Or
I
if
don't
I've asked you,
see that,
hello?
if I've asked you, like please tell me. But if it's not the time nor the place and I don't know you or something like that, like you can, but yeah, I think that that's just the best thing, and it's helped me a lot. It's helped me immensely with how I think of things, and taking outside opinions and doesn't need to weigh on us so much.
Brava. Because I have to say, the most hurtful things to my heart ever are things that have been said to me as soon as I stepped off stage. You would think
Yeah,
those would be the things you'd want to remember as great
right.
job. I had a good time. That's all you need to say. I had a
That's all
great
you want to
time.
hear
You
too.
killed it.
Like
And then people who come up in your face and whisper something, I'm like,
they're like, actually, maybe you should try it. Stop. Please. I appreciate if it's something that you really want to tell me and you really think it's gonna help, like find me later. But
yeah,
like,
not the
but
time,
yeah,
not the time.
not the
So
time.
I think that's the best advice I've ever heard anyone I've asked anything on this program about.
Oh, good.
Thank
Well,
you
yeah,
so much.
there you go.
Well, as you can see, she's a delightful, delicious young woman, and she's uber talented. So please join me. I will be at her show on May 16th at the Green Room, where she's going to be doing her CD release show called The Dream That I See, the graphic with the crack in the face, which we discussed. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for being my muse today, beautiful Ava Nicole Frances. Thanks,
Thank
everyone. Till the next time, we'll see you soon.